Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here in Trinidad with another edification through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright, so first and foremost, Kal Halayam, La Alahaya Nawa, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakaha Kodash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone natural well. Peace, blessing, salutation unto the brothers, who preaching, teaching the truth through the four corners of the earth, risking their lives, freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat. Alright, so I think I will just title this Isaiah 45 and 2. Isaiah 45 and 2. Simple. I don't think this will be long. Also, just head straight to the point. We'll go on. I was just with the Akiyam, I send the scripture for the Akiyam, for the young brothers in the camp, to see if, if they could break it down and whatnot, so forth, Well, they had little pointers, so to speak, for the lack of better words, but only one brother, he came sort of close, but still, but nevertheless, this is for the young Akiyam, who coming into this, and whatnot, as I say, Isaiah 45 and 2, for your all edification, and I really hope you all be edified with it, What went on too, is that there was the points, there was a particular point that was right within the face, but they didn't see it. But nevertheless, there is all that in it, all that in it, that is how we would learn, when we miss the points, the bigger brothers there to show you the points that you miss, and what have you, so forth. But alright, so let's get into it. Alright, let's get into it. So this is Isaiah 45 and 2, where it reads, I will go before thee. Alright, I will go before thee. And when he's saying he'll go before thee, speaking about us. Alright, he will go before us. Alright, the children of Israel, the elect. Alright, and make the crooked places straight. And when he's saying he'll make the crooked places straight, yes, because the brothers, they give answers pursuant to this talking about Babylon and this and that and the other and whatnot, so forth, which is all well and good, it is, yes, the Lord is going to make the things of this world straight and whatnot, so forth, and these things, but it's really speaking about us, he's going to make us straight, the things that Jake, the philosophies and all these things and the way that Jake is, he's going to straighten us out. Alright? He's going to straighten us out, by the word, through the word and through our heritage and, bringing us back to our heritage and all these things. Alright? And also, most importantly, salvation and those new bodies and whatnot, so forth. Alright? Because you have to understand, Israel is crooked. Alright? Israel is crooked. Alright? Scriptures to prove. Alright? Which Ahmad, brother Ahmad, he brought forth a beautiful scripture here. Wait, what's that again? 32 and 5? 32 and 5? Yeah, 32 and 5. Alright? But Ahmad, when I was breaking it down for them and showing them last night, and explaining to them, he brought forth this scripture, which was a beautiful scripture. Deuteronomy 32 and 5, it says, they have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. Alright? They are a perverse and crooked generation. Just now, bear with me. Alright, you know what? I will start from verse 1. I will start from verse 1. Deuteronomy 32 and 1. It reads, Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Because I will publish the name. Wow. Wow, I will highlight that. Wow. But anyhow, that is for another time. But because I will publish the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, ascribe ye greatness unto our power. He is the rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment, a power of truth, and without iniquity, just and right is he. They have corrupted themselves. Who is the they? The children of Israel. All right? The children of Israel, they have corrupted themselves by through the world, through the philosophies of the world, idol worship, all these things, you name it. All right? Israel have corrupted themselves. All right? They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are a perverse and crooked generation. You understand? Israel is a crooked generation. All right? There's what the scripture say. I think it's Isaiah. Yeah, it's Isaiah, man. It's Isaiah. Isaiah 1 and 21. Start at 21. Isaiah 1 and 21, where it reads, How is the faithful city become an harlot? It was full of judgment, righteousness lodged in it, but now murderers. All right? Thy silver is become dross, thy wine mixed with water. Thy princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. Every one loveth gifts and followeth after rewards. They judge not the fatherless, neither doth the cause of the widow come unto them. All right? So this is the situation here. Israel is a wicked and perverse generation. All right? This generation that we in here right now. All right? Because this is the generation that, is going to see the return of the Lord, both the wicked and the righteous. You understand? But the Lord is going to straighten us out. The Lord is going to straighten us out. The ones who turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he's going to straighten us out. All right? Through what? Through the prophets, through his prophets, the Lord sending his prophets on the streets, on the highways, and the byways. All right? Bringing forth this word, as the scripture say also in Isaiah 30, and I will start at 20. Isaiah 30 and 20, where it reads, And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears, Salakia, shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left, ye shall defile, ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold. All right? Thou shalt cast them away as a menstruous cloth. Thou shalt say unto it, Get thee hence. All right? So these are the crooked ways that the Most High is going to mend and straighten. All right? There was something was now coming through my mind there. I wonder if I could remember it, boy. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. CROCKET. Let me see if I could work with that. Come on, man. Why you not thinking? Alright, you know what? Bear with me. Alright, there's something I was trying to find it, but that's not it. Nevertheless. Alright, nevertheless. So we get the point of when I speak about the crooked places, he will make it straight. Let's go back to the Isaiah 45 and 2. Alright. So it says, and I will make the crooked places straight. But this is the point here where the Achaeum was missing. Where it says here, and I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron. And that is the point there, that there was getting tied up with, and there's the thing here. This is what myself, Brother Nagad, especially Brother Nagad, just keep on ponging, that if you don't understand the prophecy, all right, in Daniel chapter 2, Daniel chapter 7, all right, if you don't understand the statute, all right, of Daniel chapter 2, all right, you really wouldn't understand prophecy and the times that you're living in and what have you, so forth. All right, because the gates of brass and the bars of iron is a representation of something. All right, is a reputation of something, and what is that representation? That it is representing this here. Let's go to it. Daniel chapter 2. All right, Daniel chapter 2 and 32. I'll start from 32. All right, I'll start from 32. Daniel chapter 2 and 32, it reads this image, for context. I'll start to get a proper understanding. All right, I'll start from 27. Daniel 2:27. Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king hath demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets and make it known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. All right, thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter, and he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image, this great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image head was of fine gold, his breasts and arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till the stone. All right, so he let him know. All right, what he saw pursuant to the image was an image of a man, and and what it and he let him know. He's going to let him know what each part of the man, what it represents. All right, so it says here, thou sawest till that his stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them two pieces. All right, which is who? This is Yahushua it is speaking about. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors. All right, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. All right, this is speaking about Yahushua, and he coming to conquer, all right, these nations. Alright, this is what it's speaking about here. Alright, so it says, verse 37, Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the power of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power and strength and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all, for thou art this head of gold. So the new Babylonian empire headed by Nebuchadnezzar, alright, they were that head of gold, alright. Okay, and it says here, after these shall arise on another kingdom inferior to thee, alright, which was who? Which was the Medo-Persian, alright, they were the chest of silver, alright, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth, which is who? This brass it is speaking about the Grecian Empire, firstly headed by Alexander the Great. Okay, and verse 40, and the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. Alright, so when you go back, bear with me, when you go back to the Isaiah 45 and 2, alright, and it says, and I will break in pieces the gates of brass, and cut in sunder the bars of iron. It is speaking about Esau, the so-called white man, because you have to understand the Grecian Empire, alright, along with the ancient Roman Empire, alright, which was also known as the Greco-Roman Empire, they were all Edomites, alright, they were Edomites. They were Edomites, and what you have to understand is that they are the ones that is in rulership now, because they are the ones, according to prophecy, that has to be in rulership in order for the Lord to come and dislodge them, pursuing the same Isaiah 63 and 1, Isaiah 63 and 1, where it reads, Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Alright, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel and thy garments, like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will stain all my raiment, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeem is come. Alright, so the Lord is coming back to our world being ruled by Esau Edom. Alright, the Lord is coming back to our world being ruled by the new and revised Greco-Roman Empire. Alright, this is what it is here. This is what it is here. Esau is the last leg. Esau Edom is the last leg. The last leg, alright, of prophecy, pursuant to prophecy, in the sense of nations being, in rulership. Esau is that last leg of rulership of heathen nations, right? Let's put it that way. All right, Esau is the last leg. Okay? Esau is the last leg. After Esau, because the scripture is saying what? Let's go to it. Let's do stick with it. 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Where it reads, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he answered and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Alright, so Esau is that last hurrah, that last, that last rulership. Alright, when the Lord comes back, he's coming back to our world being ruled by Esau. Alright? This is what it is. This is why he said he's going to break the gates of brass and the bars of iron. This is what it means. Alright, he's coming to destroy Esau. Alright? The Lord is coming back to destroy Esau. Alright, this here, is not going to be literal brass and literal iron. Alright? This is, those brass and iron, it was just symbols, it was just symbols. And hey, this is why the Lord say, Amos 3, is it Amos 3, boy? Amos 3 and 7, I believe. Yeah, Amos 3 and 7, alright? Where it says, surely the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets, alright? Because, hey, everyday average Christian, they would never think of they would never come to the understanding of what those symbols mean. They would have never been able to break that down. Alright? They would have never been able to break that down. They would have think it's literal brass and literal iron and what have you, so forth. Alright? When actually it is a symbol and representation, alright, of a particular race of people. Alright? That is what it is. That's why, again, you have to understand the statue. Alright, that Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream and Daniel had broken it down for him. You have to understand that. Yeah? You have to understand that image in order to understand, the times that you're living in order for you to be able to measure the times diligently within itself. Alright, because it's all about prophecy, staying in that spirit of prophecy. Alright? Because there's a scripture, let me see if I could get that, boy. I wanna Google that up. Somewhere in Revelation. Somewhere in Revelation. Yeah, Revelation 9 and 18. Alright, so let me take a look at that now. Revelation 9 and 18. Alright, let us take a look at that. Alright, Revelation chapter 9 and 18, but I feel I might have to go a bit up. Alright, so I will start from 15. Revelation 9 and 15. And the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. Alright, and who when it's speaking about the third part of men, this is a symbol. Alright, this is a metaphor. Alright, when it's speaking about the third part of men, it's speaking about Esau. Why Esau? Because Esau, when they go to again, pursuant to Daniel chapter 2, even chapter 7, all right, pursuant to the statue and the representations of the gold, the silver, the brass, the iron, part clay, whatnot, so forth. All right. When the Babylonian, the Neo-Babylonian Empire was really the Assyrians, all right, and then you had the Medo-Persians. They were the second, they were the second race pursuant to that prophecy, all right, of rulership, all right, world dominance, all right, world dominance, world rulership, all right, according to that prophecy. Okay. Then the third was who? The third was Esau, because again, Esau, again, Salakia, the so-called Grecians, the Grecians and the Romans, they were both Edomites. They were Edomites. All right, they were all Edomites. All right, so Esau was a third race. All right, Esau was a third race, to have rulership over the known world. All right, and they come back into power via the Renaissance. All right, same Greco-Roman Empire, because the Romans, they end up absorbing the Grecians and their lifestyle and philosophies and all these things, into their rulership. All right, into their philosophies and whatnot, so forth, into their rulership here. All right, and as the same thing, as the same policies and whatnot, so forth, that they have implemented today. All right, when they came back into power. All right, verse 16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. This is speaking about the thermonuclear missiles, all right, which is over 200 million warheads, that is going to land on America. And I heard a number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplate of fire, and of lancet, and of brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lion. This is the missiles here. John the Revelator is explaining. He's explaining it to the best. He's explaining the way how he could explain it. Because back then, he wouldn't have known that these ICBMs. So he could have just explained it the way best that he could have explained it. All right. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three was the third part of men killed. All right? Because this is what is going to be their destruction. This is what is going to be Esau's destruction. That is why this scripture, let's finish it out, and then I will go to a particular scripture. All right? And by these was the third, by these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstones which issue out of their mouths. All right, for their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them, all right, they did hurt. They did do hurt. All right, so, because what you have to understand, right, the scripture that I'm going to here now, all right, when you say, because it says here, verse 18, by these three was the third part of men killed. All right, because what you have to understand, what is Esau's blessing? Esau's blessing is his sword. All right, that's what he had gotten from Isaac. All right, that was Esau's blessing. Okay, and as the scripture say, going back to 2nd Esdras, but 2nd Esdras 11, 2nd Esdras 11 and 37. 2nd Esdras 11 and 37, it reads, and I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chased out of the wood. And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle, and said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts? All right? Art not thou it that remainest of the fourth beast? Because why? Why you say art not? Because You have to go back to Daniel. Then that the remainder of the fourth beast is actually speaking about the toes. The toes part iron, part clay. All right, because remember, the feet was iron. All right, which was the Roman Empire. But then the Roman Empire had fell. All right, he had a deadly wound, but his deadly wound was healed, and they came back out. All right, they came back into rulership. All right, which is known as the Renaissance period. All right, so that those 10 horns. All right, those 10 horns, those toes, part iron, part clay, is actually speaking about the European Union. All right, Rome coming back together again. All right, by the way of Rome being established again by the way of the European Union. Rome being solidified. That is what I want to say. That is the word I want to say. The Roman Empire, the new and revised Roman Empire being solidified by the way of the European Union. All right. So it says, "Art not thou it the remainder of that remaineth of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my will, that the end," this is the point here, "that the end of their times might come through them." All right, because they are going to bring their own demise. Because when I go to Isaiah, I go back to Isaiah is 54 and 16. Isaiah 54 and 16. Isaiah 54:16. "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy," which is what? Those smiths are the scientists. All right? Those smiths are the scientists here, your nuclear scientists. All right? And that instrument for his work that he have created to be the destroyer is those missiles, those ICBM. All right? This is how the end of their times is going to come through them, because hey, who created the first friggin' atomic bomb? All right? It wasn't Moab, which is the so-called Chinese. It wasn't Ammon, so-called Japanese. As a matter of fact, the bomb dropped on Japan, right? This is what it is. All right? So the end of their times is going to come through them. So this is how I'm going back to the Isaiah 45 and 2 and end it from there. All right? So this is how the Lord, where he said, I will go before thee and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass, and cut in sunder the bars of iron. And the way how he is going to do that, which is to destroy Esau, Edom, all right, is by thermal nuclear fire. So I hope you always edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. This is a brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp signing out. Saying Kal Halayam La Alahayanawa Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakaha Kwadash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. All right. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat. Brother Kahan signing out, saying shalom, shalom, shalom.